guys. I'm gonna be reacting to his story. If you don't know him, he's this guy. Anyways, let's watch some of
I was 15 when I got my first job as a gas station cashier to help out my single mom. My dad ran away, so I knew I needed to step up. But on my first day, a man in a mask and firearm stormed in at 2 a.m. He yelled, "Hand over the money," and I immediately knew I wasn't getting paid enough for this. My hands trembled with fear as I pressed the cash into his palm and pressed the silent alarm under the desk. But then he immediately gave me back everything except one single $50 bill. I was still shaking when he lowered his firearm. "I'm sorry, but it's my son's 16th birthday in a few days. I haven't seen him since he was a baby, so I want to send the $50 to his mom, and maybe she can pass it on to him. That's why I'm doing this." I felt bad, so I replied, "I'm sure his son would appreciate that." But then the man instantly hung his head. "That boy is the only reason I keep trying in this life. Maybe one day I'll find him, and he'll be open to accepting me as his dad." I saw tears form in his eyes, and a strange feeling hit my chest as I thought about how the police were coming. I told him I was 15, just like his son, and didn't have a dad either. And most nights I still sat on the porch waiting for him to come back. His lips trembled as he nodded and went to leave. But when he turned around, I noticed a few strands of ginger hair sticking out from the bottom of his mask. I told myself it couldn't be him, but still called out, "Wait!" The man turned, and I asked him if he has a scar on his knee. "How do you know that?" he replied. I felt tears forming as I asked if his son was named Michael. His mouth flew open and he nodded. I gripped my head. "I'm Michael." The man immediately pulled off his mask, and that's when police walked in. They cuffed him and started walking him out, and tears fell from his eyes. I knew I couldn't let this happen, and immediately ran over the counter, my heart pounding. I clicked the alarm on accident. I yelled to the officers, "He's not here to rob me." They looked at me, looked at the man, and I pulled a picture from my wallet. The only picture I had of me and my dad. The man in front of me looked just like the man in the picture. The officers took one look at it, nodded, and left. I cried staring at him, and suddenly felt my throat closing. "Dad." His lip quivered as he gripped my shoulder. "Son." We pulled each other into a hug and sobbed. I found my dad when he tried to rob me. Me and my sea crew were hauling treasure chests across the ocean when we heard a scream. I dropped the rope I was holding in shock. I hollered, "Pirates incoming! Keep the Queen's gold safe!" My entire crew scrambled to protect the treasure chests. While the ship slammed into our side, hooks bit our rail, and dozens of pirates poured onto our deck, screaming at the top of their lungs. They tied us up and held us down to poles on the ship, and their biggest man hauled our first chest into the sunlight, wedged his axe under the lid, and cracked the seal open. My whole body froze with fear, because the gold belonged to the Queen, and if they stole it, the Queen's navy would hunt down this ship and hang every last one of us. Their captain strolled through the spilled gold. "The booty's mine, the ship's mine." He pointed at me and the other strongest men on the ship. "Get these dogs row for me now." His crew started unchaining us, and I raised my voice over their laughter. "Put it back, all of it. Sail away, and hope that Her Majesty never learns your names." The captain crouched down and pointed his hook at me. "Make him walk the plank." I gulped and tried my best to stay calm. A pirate pulled me up by the shoulders and shoved me towards a plank. He pointed at the ocean. "She's real feisty today. She'll have you dead in no time." My entire crew was forced to watch as I slowly put one foot in front of the other. The captain grinned. "Dead men tell no tales." And while my left foot hovered over the icy water, I heard screaming behind me. I turned around.